Do you believe in freedom? Yeah. Do you believe in that flag? Yeah. Do you believe in your constitutional rights? Yeah. Then we've got to work together, and we've got to do something we haven't done in a long time. And you know what that is? Engage in two things to fix this battle. And we're in a battle for the soul of this nation, friends. And that battle is going to be solved, in my personal opinion, by two things: prayer and persuasion. Any of you ever been back to the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C.? There's a place called Statuary Hall. And in that hall, and that's why I so appreciate the pastor came up and spoke. There is a statue of Pastor Muhlenberg, who is a pastor standing in the pulpit with the Bible in front of him, with a brace of pistols and a sword, because he was preaching individual liberty as a God-given right back then. If that was a Revolutionary War, that's our right. And if you believe, if you're a person of faith, you need to be praying for this nation and praying for our leaders, and even the ones that we don't agree with. And I tell this to my radio audience. You know, I don't agree with Kate Brown. I served 8 years in the House of Representatives, and I served with Kate Brown, and I don't agree with hardly anything she believes. But I will tell you this, it's still my duty as a person of faith to pray for her. So that's the first thing, pray for our nation. The second thing is the power of persuasion is incredible. Every one of you could sit down and write down 250 people that you know. Might take you a while, but you can write down 250 people that you know. Some of those people are persuadable to understanding the importance of individual liberty, of inalienable rights. I was blessed to spend some time on boots on the ground with the Oregon National Guard as a civilian embedded in Iraq and Afghanistan with combat infantry units. And I got to tell you something. I've seen the sacrifice that it takes for us to have that flag and display it, to live in freedom, for us to be here to talk today. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and many of you have too. We need to express the power of that, of liberty, to people. I've had people ask me why I carry a gun. And it's very simple to me. At the most basic level, I don't get in people's face and I don't debate them. I just simply say this: I have a human right, an individual right, to defend myself by any means. And I choose to use a gun as that means. It is my right before God to defend myself and innocent life and the people I love. That's our right, friends. And you know what? The liberal people that I've talked to, when I make that argument to them in a calm voice, they don't have a comeback. It is our right. It's our inalienable rights, and our founders know that. It just isn't life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, friends. It is our right to live our lives as we want, and you have the ability. So if we're going to fix this battle that we're in, if we're going to defeat, and it's not going to happen overnight, you know that. I have two grandsons, 5 and 7. I want them to live in a free nation. I want them to live with the same opportunities that every one of us have today. And I'm worried and I'm afraid that they won't. But this is nothing new in our country. Go back to what I just shared with you about Pastor Muhlenberg. You know, in the Revolutionary War, 20% of the American population was in favor of revolting against the crown. Only 20%. Half of the country didn't care, one way or the other. This is nothing new. We had a Revolutionary War. We had a Civil War. And we, who believed in liberty, believed in the rule of law, have prevailed. And we have to do it again, friends. And you have to do it individually with the people that you know. Be persuasive with them. Pray over this nation. Stand up. Every one of you has got to be involved in this process of electing people, of helping your friends and neighbors who are maybe on the fence on these issues, helping them understand the importance of individual liberty. Every precious liberty we have is in jeopardy today, friends. And we have to come together, and we can win this fight in America and right here in Oregon. Thank you all. May God bless each and every one of you.